Hey guys, so today I'm going to be changing the brake pads on a 2012 Artic Cat Wildcat. It's a 1000cc V-twin motor. I would say I picked it up for $7,500. It's pretty clean. I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, but it only has 486,000 miles. And these go for around 10 grand. And it actually came with a bull bar that wasn't put on, but I went ahead and put that on already. The alignment seems to be a little crooked, and it's got some pretty sloppy play in the steering. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try and fix that eventually. But today I'm gonna focus on the brake pads, which really need done, because when I'm going to slow down, I can hear metal grinding, and I do believe it's the front. I tried to take a look at them with the tires on, but couldn't see much. They did look pretty bad though, from what I could see. The back didn't look too bad, so I'm gonna try and go ahead and at least get the front done, and hopefully get the back done too. And I'll show you when the tire's off. So I took the tire off, and I realized that the brake pads are as bad as I thought, that this one actually ended up wearing a hole through it. So when your brake pad gets about a little under half, this top part, you should go ahead and change it. But this one got so worn down that both of them were scraping on metal, and this one went through and started scraping on the whole assembly. But luckily it's not bad enough that I'm gonna have to change anything. So now I just gotta go through, put both new pads on, and go ahead and do that on all 4 tires, and I should be good as long as nothing else pops up. Okay, so I got the front left brake finally off. I just got done with the right. That's the first one I did. So the front left one, it also got worn through, but instead of being on the pressure side, it was on the, instead of being on the pressure side, it was up on here against that. So, I mean, luckily this one's good. But as you can see, the bad brakes being on metal have really worn this pad down, and you can see there's like metal flakes in it. It's just doesn't look pretty. I mean, it should be smooth. It should be real smooth, but obviously it's not, because of the last owner not being mechanically inclined or really keeping up with this at all. It has got these old worn down pads that I'm probably the first to change in a couple years. But like I said, the back looked like they were in better condition, and I actually have rode it a couple times, and like I said, every time I rode it, I just would hear grinding and grinding. So I parked it, and it sat for a couple weeks, and I finally ordered the brakes, got those in, and so yeah, I just haven't drove it just because I didn't want to tear it up anymore, and I was tired of hearing the grinding noise. But now that I got them, I'm gonna go ahead and put the front left on now, and then I'll show you the back when I'm done. Okay, so I got the back left brake pads off. These were actually not that bad, surprisingly. There's still a little bit of the ceramic or whatever for the brake pads. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. See, there's still just a little bit on there. They should have been changed a little bit ago. But see, this one only has a little bit of ceramic, and then the rest was burned down to metal. But this pad, or this rotor, sorry, this rotor is a little bit more smooth, but obviously it's still a little messed up. So the other side, it feels rough, so it probably is rough. Yeah, see, this side's still messed up, but this side that still had some pads, some ceramic pads still left on it, it's a little smooth. But at least this one wasn't worn down at all or rubbed, so, which is a positive thing for me. So now to just put the new ones on. Then one more to go. which my eyes is taking a little bit longer than I thought, but it's because it's all muddy. Not muddy, but like there's some old dirt on it, which is just making everything a little bit harder to get off. But, and also everything looks like it's been Loctited. So that brings back to I think I'm the first person to change the brakes in general since they got it. Cause like I said, it's only got 500 miles on it. And then after it sat for a while. So like I said, I think I'm the first person to change it. All right, so I'm on the back right. I've got the tire off and I've got to the brake pads. And again, one of them still has some ceramic on it. Yeah. And this one, again, is just bare metal. I mean, it just amazes me how they let it get that bad. But this one is real smooth. This is what they should look like. On this side, at least. This side, that's the bad brake pad. That was on the metal. It doesn't look good either. But like I said, this is what they should have looked like, all of them. And these are slotted or hole drilled so they don't get hot as quick as just solid ones. But now all I gotta do is just put the new brake pads on, and then I think I'm gonna take it for a drive and see how it goes. Okay, so I just got done putting all the brake pads on and the tires back on. And when I was going to tighten them down, the back right tire, one of the lug nuts and bolts stripped, sadly. But there's still 3 more, so I just went ahead and tightened the rest down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that for a while until I get them, so I can get the part for it, because I don't know where I'm gonna go specifically to get it, but I might just order it online if I can find the part number. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a test drive as is. I say it runs great, so now I just hope the brakes work. Real squishy, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. They're getting hard now. There we go. They were squishy, but it's good now. Yeah, they're working good. All right, let's get on the road. So there's quite a bit of play, so. Okay, well, those are a little better. They kind of work. All right, I'm back home. It rode fine. Obviously, besides the play, it did brake fine. It got better the longer I drove it, and it'll get better over time when that metal gets burnt off of the rotors and gets worn down. But till then, I'll just keep driving it, and it'll get better. And then eventually, I'll have to figure out why it's got so much play in it. But I mean, overall, it's a 2012 with only 500 miles, which you really can't beat. I mean, when I got it, from the guy, he drove it on a farm back and forth, and he bought it from his brother-in-law that let it sit for 5 years because he took it on a trail, and he bought it brand new, and he took it on a trail and hit a tree on the right side, which it dinged it up a little bit, and that's more than likely what knocked the steering out. It made it kind of wobbly, but he just hit the tree, messed this up a little bit. And then that's really it. That's really all it did. I guess it did knock the door hinges crooked, and I mean, it looks like it wants to snap right there. But, you know, it's got the bucket seats. I think it's just the bare model because it doesn't have the turn signals or anything. Literally all it has is high beams, low beams. I mean, see, high, low. And it does have the 4-wheel drive, but I mean, look at that. No other options. It's got this. I think that's the overdrive, yeah. But, hey, I mean, it works. Low miles. I mean, I got it for cheaper than what these 800cc Polaris Rangers are going for. And, you know, it is a Polaris. But this is a 1000cc with 500 miles. And the Polarises, they're, you know, 800 with close to 1,000 and up. And they're going for 8 to 10. But, hey, you know, I'm excited. I got the brakes working, and I'll eventually throw some speakers in here and take it on some trails, or, you know, do something with it. I'll probably eventually end up selling it for more than I bought it, because, you know, that's what I do. I buy and sell, and I got this on a part trade, part cash, and it runs fine. It's an 86 though, so I mean, 86 with 3,000 miles, which isn't bad. You know, I had a 2015 with 6,000 miles. So, yeah. I'll talk to you next time.